for me, I felt ready. And I'm not saying that you need to have bought a house and have a career to be ready to have a child. But in my eyes, that I wanted to have that before I had a baby.
Yeah.
And I got all that. So I was like, why am I waiting around? Why am I waiting around for somebody that I might actually never meet?
Especially it's like literally, as you say, if you've got the career and you've got the house, it is like the partner. Did you like, you said you always end up kind of being in the not so serious relationship. Like, did you date lots of people? Like, would you go into dating and be like, by the way, like I'm dating for, like, I want a family.
Have my children.
Yeah.
I think I was always quite honest and open to say that, you know, like that's ultimately the end goal. Like I wanted something serious to, you know, potentially, have children. But I think when I was like, early 20s, I wasn't kind of like, right, I want a baby next year. You know, I would never go in with that sort of mindset. Yeah. But ultimately, I made it very clear that I wanted something serious eventually with somebody. I didn't want to just be a bit on the side. Like I wanted something serious. It just, and unfortunately, I'm 30 now and I've never had a boyfriend, really.
And also, like, I think people, as you said, it makes you went through that kind of like, is there something wrong with me? But the reality is, like, there's so many, and I'm like the biggest advocate of this for my friends. Like, I have so many amazing women that I know who they are like genuinely amazing. It's not like, oh yeah, but they're a little bit nuts. It's like, no, they're actually like impressive women, amazing jobs. And it's so, the part that everyone leaves out of having a family is like, you have to actually find a guy
and I think
is willing.
I think people, especially in like my TikTok comments, they're like, why did you not get a boyfriend? It's like, oh right, like it's just as easy like that to find someone. Like, and I've never been one of these people to jump from person to person because I think that's the thing for me. I don't need anybody. Like, and I think that's a big difference. I feel like a lot of people, they rely on people so much. Like I can pay all my own bills, my mortgage. Like I'm not in a position where I'm so financially or like emotionally dependent on somebody. But equally, I also think that's probably goes against me as well because I'm so fiercely independent. And I think because I like to think I've achieved quite a lot at a young age, you know, if I meet somebody and they're not on the same wavelength, I'm like, I'm bored.
They're a bit intimidated as well,
like
I imagine.
I'm just like, that probably might sound as well like a bit materialistic and, you know, I'm not saying that I want someone with lots of money and live in a big mansion or anything, but I just want someone that's like works really hard and has also been really independent. And I feel like trying to find an independent man nowadays is so rare because everyone's still living in the mum's spare bedroom because it's so much easier to be at home.
Yeah.
Whereas I'm like, there's no way on earth I would ever move back home. Like that is literally, I love my mum to pieces, but like I could not think of anything worse. And I would do everything possible for that to never, ever happen.
No, that's so
if
fair.
That meant I had to work 5 jobs, then so be it. Whereas
I've already got like 4. So.
I know, I've already got about 4. But I think so many people in this day and age, they make excuses as well. And I know there's a cost of living crisis. I know it's not easy to live on your own. I completely appreciate that.
Yeah.
But that's why I have like 4 or 5 jobs.
Yeah.
Like to me, it's an excuse. Oh, I can't afford to. Well, get a better job. Get 3 jobs. Get 4. But some people don't want to do that. They're waiting around. Like I've got people that I know that are like, oh, I can't move out. I'm just going to wait until I meet someone. But I just think that's so dangerous to then, because I feel like that's why there's so many unhappy people in relationships because they're like, well, what would I do? Like I won't be able to afford to live in this house. I won't be able to afford to live on my own. Like, how would I manage? But you shouldn't be with somebody for that reason.
No.
Whereas I feel like now I'd be meeting someone for all the right reasons because like I said, I don't need them. It's because I actually want them and because I genuinely like them.
It's so interesting to me hearing you talk because like you sound like someone who's so fiercely independent that my like psychologist brain, like from studying psychology, I'm like, oh, where does this hyper independence come from? But then you actually had like this super like lovely childhood and 2 parents who really loved each other. So it's not, because often when you meet people who are like, I don't need a man, I'm doing this all for myself, like I'm working my way up, it's because they've either come from like a difficult home situation, but like where does this grit come from?
I think it comes from just really bad relationships.
Right.
Like when I was about 20 years old, I was dating a guy and I gave up my job, my house, I like moved 250 miles away. It was all happened very quickly and he got married behind my back.
Wait, what?
And he'd been with her like 12 years, got 2 kids. And I genuinely like did not have a clue any of this had happened. I went out with him in public. So like, it was like, I remember like the second time I ever met him, I went out for like one of his friends, like 30th birthdays, met all his friends.
They must have all known.
Oh, they all knew. And I look back now and I think I must have looked like such a mug. And I think, and I really am not one of these women that's like, I hate all men. Like, I really don't.
Yeah.
Like, I know that there are amazing men out there. Like, my dad was one of them. My sister's in a very healthy relationship. You know, a lot of my friends are in good relationships. So I know that there are amazing men out there. But I also know how rubbish and how shit men can be as well. Yeah. Like, I've literally seen the worst of the worst. And to be honest, I think that probably has given me like trust issues massively from that happening. But then things have just got worse from that. Like, that isn't even like the worst that someone's done to me.
That's pretty fucking bad.
Like,
it is really bad.
It just got worse. Do you know what I mean? And I just think it just got to a point where I just thought, I can't mentally deal with this anymore.
Yeah.
And I think as well, like, whenever I've been seeing somebody, they will leave me with and never give me a reason as to why. So I think it's then really easy to blame yourself. So then I think, well, I know I was really nice to them. I know that like I wasn't a psychotic like so-and-so. I know like I never stopped them from doing anything. So then I always think it must be the way I look. It must be my way. It must be like that. I do. So then I always...
by the way, for anyone listening, like, you are absolutely stunning. Like, unbelievable.
But, you know, it's really hard to not blame yourself when every single relationship or anyone I've ever been dating, they've always left me.
Yeah.
And I've never been given a reason. And that's really hard because then you're always, you criticize yourself. You think, well, is it because I did this? Is it because, you know, I've put weight on? Is it because, like, I find it really hard to not blame myself. So I think that is also stopped me from probably maybe relaxing in relationships when I've met someone, because I'm so like scared the same thing's going to happen. And I also think the worst thing is that when they've kind of called things off with me, the next person they meet is now the person that they ended up marrying or the person they ended up having children with. It's like I always seem to bridge that gap for somebody. I've never been with somebody that wants to show me off. I always, I've always been like a secret. No one's ever wanted to be like, this is Keira, she's my girlfriend. Like, and that's hard as well. You know, especially when the next person they're with is like plastered all over the social media. Yeah, that's really hard to take. So I've just kind of, you know, I want to meet someone. I really do. Like, I didn't ever think that this would be my life. And I think sometimes I do grieve the lifestyle that I thought I would have. Yeah. I don't regret a single thing. The way that I had Noah is the best thing that's ever happened to me, you know, and I want to do it again. I want to have another baby, and I'm very, you know, I want to go down the same route as I did to have Noah. But if someone, you know, the love of my life was to walk through the door, I absolutely, you know, would want that. Yeah. I want a relationship. I do want it.
I feel like so many men feel like they so desperately need to feel needed. Yeah. And if you're someone who is not like super emotionally available or like super emotionally intelligent either, they think that the way that a woman needs a man like is through providing financially. Yeah. And it's like, actually, I mean, I always say this with my husband, is like, when we met, like, he wasn't doing well financially at all. Like, now he's killing it. And I'm like, thank God, early investor. But like, back then, like, I was the breadwinner. Yeah. But he was always the person who, like, I needed because he was so emotionally stable. Yeah. And I feel like this is what so many men are missing. It's like, you can actually just be like a decent human being, and you don't have to have the perfect job or like, you know, the perfect house if you become someone's like rock. Yeah. And then generally both of you go off and achieve really good things because you have like that foundation. Yeah.